Constantino, pound for pound.
All right, we're here with Fernando Vargas and Fernando Vargas Jr. Vargas, I understand this is your second pro fight. You're here in Puerto Rico. Talk about how it's been, what it's like, what's the mentality going into this fight?
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to get my second pro fight in. My dad always tells me about momentum, so that's what we plan on doing. Just continuing the momentum, continue to listen to my team, and just to continue to grow with each and every fight.
Vargas Sr., how's been the development? I understand he's been sparring world champions, former world champions, or champions in the making.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've been sparring with Castaño, with Terrell Gachet, and, people that, no joke, Olympians and world champions. So you're as good as your competition. And so, if you spar bums, you're pretty much going to be a bum. And when you spar world champions, you're going to be a world champion one day. So, we're definitely, excited. I feel great. He feels great, and I'm excited about that.
And talk about your pro debut. I know you made the guy quit. He didn't want to come out after that certain round.
Yeah, I didn't make him quit, but there was a few things that I definitely looked over. I think we're our own worst critic, but I just want to look a little more composed in there, establish my jab a little more, put my punches together, and don't be so anxious. I know it was my first pro fight, but I want to continue to make adjustments with each and every fight, and I want people to continue to see the progress with myself. So, like I said, it's all about growing and getting in there and getting more experience, but that's why I got my pops here right next to me. He knows the emotions I'm feeling. He knows exactly, how a fighter is feeling, how a coach is feeling. So I'm blessed.
Vargas, how excited, how happy are you that, your legacy is going to continue not only with Fernando, but with Emiliano, with Amado? Like, it's your name,
It's like, it hits different when you don't have a father. So, it's a beautiful thing that my kids will never know the feeling of the absence of a father. So, when you didn't have that, and then you yearn one day to have kids. Because when I met my wife, I had kids with her young, but I talked to her into having from the first to the last, and we're kids, But I wanted to be the father that I never had to my kids, and so, when I'm living this, when I'm seeing my kids doing what they love to do, because at the end of the day, I didn't want them to fight. And people say, you don't want your kids to fight? They go, no. And they go, and my compadre, Frankie Casavetti, said it best. He said, how are you going to tell your kids they can't be like their dad? And I just take with my mouth shut. So, all I could do is support them, and they got talent. If they didn't have talent, I'd, tell them to leave it alone. If, I don't want them to get hurt, because at the end of the day, they're my biggest possession. My biggest possession that God gave me. So, that being said, I'm proud of my son, how far he's come. He's doing amazing, So, the sky's the limit in the name of Jesus.
How does it feel also that, that he's your hero? Look, he has a tattoo of you right there. It's a beautiful thing to see you and your family, how you guys are just together as one.
It's just really, I have no words, it's humbling. I got my dad on my arm, which is, everybody knows who my.
You guys know who it is.
Everybody knows who my pops is.
Top of the food chain.
Garcia. So,
tell him what he told you, Dad.
What he told me was.
I'm gonna say it. So look, basically the Big G was like, Fernando, yo hice 3 hijos, campeones mundiales, empátame. Like for my dad to hear that, because he never had
say it in
that.
English for those who don't
So
understand.
basically what he said is like, Fernando,
No, because I told him like this. I'm the one that said, I go, Jefe.
And then
he goes, Pops. I said, that, if I make all 3 world champions, I'm going to beat your record. Because you made me and Robert world champions. And he goes, no, Fernando. No, because you make Mikey and Robert world champions. He goes, no, Fernando. You're going to tie me. And I said,
that's hard.
Yeah.
My dad never had it.
You're going to be tied up with me. And wow, you know. So I love, you know, el señor Dado Garcia, lo quiero un chingo, gracias, jefe.
Yeah.
And por esas palabras, and so, you know, that was a beautiful thing, you know, for him to say.
What did you say when you said that? I mean, I know it touched your heart, like hard.
I'm like, I kind of, my eyes started sweating a little bit.
It's not crying. Vatos is sweating, okay, bro? Don't get it twisted.
We're
All right?
sweating.
They're peeling onions.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's not.
You gotta comb the
not
brocha.
crying.
I don't have a brocha, but you comb it yourself.
But on a serious note, Fernando, I even overheard you say something very like important, very like, I'm like, you know what? I love where his head's at. He's like, if he wasn't talented, I wouldn't put him in there because we're playing with our lives.
Yeah, I mean, I love my kids. They're my biggest, my biggest possession, my most proud possession that God gave me. And if I saw that they didn't have no talent, I'm like, and it wasn't for them, because, you know, sometimes the blood doesn't always register to the children. It doesn't always, like, you know, because you're a great fighter, you're gonna have kids that are great fighters too. Not always it happens. So, you know, I'm grateful that, you know, my kids got that athleticism. Look, regardless of having a dad, Vato gave me athleticism, you know, because he used to play soccer, which, you know, so he was pretty bad at soccer, and so he gave me athleticism, and so I took it to another level, you know, and now make sure that my kids, I didn't do it, God did it, so my kids got the athleticism from their father, and so, you know, I'm thankful that they got it, and you know what, it's like, there's never been a world champion father that had 3 kids that became world champions. So that's, of course, not right now in the near future, but that's something that, a goal that, you know, that we have, you know, in our hearts that one day we can be able to do. But we have to always put God first, and I know that if it's God's will, then it'll be done.
And on IG Live, I heard you say something really interesting that stood out to me the most. You know, people, sons of their father have, you know, continued a pro career, but they've never done it right. We're gonna do it right, me and my brothers.
I think we have to, you know, especially being, you know, coming from a proud Mexican father and proud Mexican culture. I think, you know, the Mexican community, they expect more out of your fighters to fight, you know, with more courage and to represent right. And you know, it's difficult at times because you could maybe feel that pressure at times, but I wouldn't change it for the world, because that pushes us, bro. Honestly, that pushes us to train that much harder. When me and my brothers are all on the bag, and you know, they just say Amado throws a 6-7 punch combination, I'm throwing a 10, Emiliano's throwing 15. So it's like, when we're running together in a sport that's so lonely, bro, and you don't have the people always cutting weight with you. Everybody's there when you fight. Everybody's there after the fight. Oh, Junior, what's good after the fight? Okay, but they don't see what it is to make weight, what it is to not really eat, what it is to, you know, sacrifice. And those are the people that I'm gonna share my deepest thoughts with, is my circle, my brothers. And my circle is only my brothers, my team, my dad, my mom. You know, it's just, those are the people that I know that have the best for me at heart, you know? And, but it's a blessing, you know, I know it comes with the territory, but that pushes us to become that much better of an athlete. You know, I think with that target on our back, we have that on our mind. Like, you know what, we have to work that much harder, because it's not just like I'm coming out of nowhere and have to build myself. I'm already coming out with being the son of. So if I get a 3rd round knockout, if I get a 2nd round knockout, yeah, but his pops did it. You know, his pops was already an Olympian. But see, that's not what I focus on. My dad was already an Olympian. My dad was already the youngest champion. I'm always going to be losing, you know what I'm saying? So I think us as juniors and us as, you know, sons of legends, we got to realize our role. We can never be our father. But I think the best thing we could do is take, you know, advantage of the opportunity that we have in front of us, and take advantage of their guidance, you know? Will it be perfect? Of course not. You know, any relationship, you're gonna have your fights, you're gonna have your disagreements. But at the end of the day, I know that he only wants the best for me at heart. His best interest is for me to do good. Like, when I get mad at him in the gym, and he's like, dude, I'm here for you. Like, I could leave. Like, I'm here to help you out. So don't give me attitude. Don't give me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So But no, it's a blessing, man. You know, I wouldn't have it any other way. Me and my brothers, all we talk about is growing. All we talk about is running. All we talk about is hitting the gym. So, you know, it's a blessing to have my dad as you know, as a model, as a great role model for us to look up to, and to eventually obtain the same goals that he had. So.
All right, before I sign off, anything you guys want to say? I know Tom Loeffler here just arrived to the party.
Dino, I've watched Junior sparring a lot. He trained with Boachuk, he trained with Castaño, who just won the world title, trained with Terrell Gaucher. Fernando Sr. is doing a great job with him, training. He's focused. Really, like he was saying, you know, he's got a lot to live up to because of his dad's success, and so I really think Junior's got a great future ahead of boxing.
All right, we're signing off. Anything you guys want to get off your chest?
No, just excited about being here in Puerto Rico, even though we're not
Locked
able
up?
to, we're locked up. Going
They call it the bubble, but you're really locked up.
But it's like house arrest, or
Yeah.
you know, we're a little bit, you know, locked up, and so it's not really. We can't go out and see Puerto Rico.
It's all good.
But I think maybe after the fight we'll be able to go. I think we're gonna stay one more day.
Yeah, we're staying.
And we can go out of the hotel and see Puerto Rico for a little bit.
All right. Plug your social media, obviously.
Oh yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Fernando Vargas _Jr. Facebook, same thing.
And me, at _Fernando Vargas at Instagram and Twitter, and Feroz Fernando Vargas on what's it called, Facebook.
All right, Tom.
Oh, the social media is just Tom Loeffler 1, both on Twitter and Instagram, Snapchat.
All right, thank you. Thank you for
Twitch.
your time, guys.
Don't forget, Junior's fight's going to be on Twitch.
Yeah.
Thursday night, live on Twitch. He's headlining the social media.
Links on my bio.
Our links are in the bio.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Constantino Garcia here for Little Giant Boxing. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow me on social media at Constantino Garcia. Constantino Garcia here for Little Giant Boxing. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow me on social media at Constantino Garcia.